life, wisdom.
Hey, this is Courtney and we're doing yoga for weight loss. So this is the second video in our series of 3, and be sure to check out video 1 if this ever gets a little too intense for you, because this is our second day into the yoga for weight loss challenge. So I'm wondering if you like the dichromatic color scheme, or in my first video I had the monochromatic, all blue. Let me know what you think, leave a comment. If you like the all blue, one color outfit, or you like Courtney and a little bit of a crazy color scheme. So we're getting started at the top of your mat. Come to stand. You can open up your feet so you feel like you have a comfortable energy grounding you. Bend your knees gently so that your legs aren't tight. You're not holding any tension in your neck or your shoulders, but you really want to let your body relax into the earth here. And from that relaxation, we get a sense of inner strength and sense of power. So extending your arms out to the sides, I'd like for you to take a big, deep breath in, filling up your lungs to full capacity as you reach your arms up overhead. And then as you exhale, let your arms return back down and relax. So we inhale and we draw strength through our breath into our body, all the way through our lungs. And then we exhale, relaxing as the breath leaves your body. You return to that nice, comfortable, grounded place in your standing position. From here, draw your feet a little closer together. You want the outside edges of your feet to be parallel. So you might want to kick your heels out a little further away if you have toes that go out to the sides. Kick your heels out so that the outer edges of your feet are parallel. Again, you can have your feet hip-width apart or closer together. And we're going to bend your knees and sit your hips back. So this video for day 2 targets our thighs and our hips, our butt, as well as our belly. In our first day, the first video of the series, we targeted our belly fat and our core energy. So now we're dropping it into our legs. And here you can feel your thighs already starting to fire up and speak to you about how strong they are and how much they love this position right here. We call it chair pose because it's like you're sitting in a chair, but there's no chair. It's just your own body carrying your weight. So what we'd like to focus on in chair pose, in the very beginning, take one hand to your belly and one hand to your back if you can, and elongate your lower back. So that as you elongate your lower back and drop your tailbone down, you're engaging your abdomen to draw into your body, creating a strong core. And this strong core from day 1, from our first video, is going to enhance everything that you do and bring a sense of ease into the strength and the power. So from chair pose, lift your arms up over your ears, and then start dropping your chest down towards your thighs. Keep your knees bent. Chest to your thighs, hands to the ground, and you can step your feet a little wider if that's comfortable for you. Let your head fall. Inhale, draw breath into your lungs. And as you exhale, relax. Soften into your belly. Relax the tension of your shoulders and your neck. Let your spine dangle. Again, inhale, growing long, and exhale, dangling as you relax. So from here, you're going to lengthen your spine and step your left foot back into a runner's lunge. So just taking a big step to open up our legs. Spine stays long, chest is still close to your right thigh. And spring off of your left foot to come back to the top of your mat and dangle over your legs. Now step your right foot straight back. Open up the energy through your hips, pressing through the back of your heel and pulling forward through your front foot. And spring off of your back foot. Return to the top of your mat. And let's try that again. Just big steps into our runner's lunge. Left foot back and spring forward. Right foot back and spring forward. So as you step your foot back, you're going to inhale and keep your spine really long. And as you step forward, you exhale, relaxing your belly, shoulders, and neck. Inhale, full breath, spine is long, and exhale, relax, fold forward. Now, we're gonna roll yourself up to stand so that your back body is supported by your front body as if there was a hot air balloon underneath your belly to slowly lift you up. Arms out to the sides as you inhale, shoulders relax down your back as you look up to your hands. And exhale. You're gonna fold all the way back down, relaxing over your legs. So now I'm gonna lay down onto the ground. So we're laying back down on the ground. I'd like for you to take your hands, turn them palm facing down, tuck under your hips so that you feel your lower back is elongating and not arcing off of the ground. Elongate your lower back onto the ground, and by pressing down through your elbows, keep your back flat as you lift your feet up towards the sky. Hello, hi, camera angle. So this right here already start to feel some energy creeping into your lower belly. And we want to allow that energy to reside there and expand from the lower belly deep into our hips and out to the sides, like our obliques, our side waist, all the way up alongside our ribs so that the full trunk of your body feels stable on the ground in this reclined position. Now, just to measure how stable the trunk of your body is, begin to descend your legs, just like the hands of a clock, going around the circumference. And when you find a place where your lower back starts to pop off of the ground and you lose stability in your core and in your trunk, you're gonna stop with your descent and re-engage the core of your body. Restabilize your trunk. And if you've lost it, then go back up to the beginning, reground yourself, and try again. Maybe you just come down a few degrees, and this is where you feel powerful and stable. But if you come down a few more degrees, you're not able to keep the integrity of your spine. Find the place where you can, and then draw your knees into your chest. Relax as you squeeze your thighs close to your belly and close to your chest. Again, hands under your hips. Lower back flat, trunk of your body nice and strong. We're going to cross one ankle in front of the other ankle and switch the cross. So I like to call this our jasmine vine. As the legs wind around each other, this is going to target not only your abdomen, all that belly fat we got going in our first video. Check it out with the monochromatic blue outfit. We did some of this core work, but this is going to accentuate it. This is stepping up on the challenge. So not only does it target your belly, but it's really going to target your thighs, specifically your inner thighs and your outer thighs. the front of your thighs and the backs of your thighs, really everything. So you just nice and slowly, or you can pick up the speed and do it a little bit more swiftly. Spin your legs around like a creeping, crawling vine growing up the side of a trellis, all the way to the top so your legs are vertical, and descend to that special angle where you still feel powerful and embodied. Don't let yourself get pulled out of that zone. Feel your thighs, feel the front of your thighs. Oh, yes. All the way back up to vertical. And drop your knees. Give yourself a big hug, big squeeze, and just to really spring with that energy that we just built so we don't just come crashing onto the ground. One more time, elevate your legs vertical. Press down with your elbows, lift up with the base of your pelvis. Now you can make this a little bit more fun. This is going to be a step up from our first video by really extending your legs up and then extending your legs out. So again, this is going to target our belly and our thighs, our hips and our butt. Keep your back really strong as you extend so you're not arcing. Back is flat. Spring up and extend. Use this energy that you're building in your thighs to lift. Get a little bit of lightness going. So one thing about weight loss is we want to cultivate the feeling of being light. Let go of what's being heavy, and a lot of times more of it is in our mind than actually in our reality. So exhale, slow inhale, and draw your knees in. Big hug. Now we're gonna rock all the way up into a standing squat. I'm gonna hook my mic back onto my outfit. Okay. So you're gonna come up, hands in front of your knees, and then step your feet towards the width of your mat, so a little bit wider, and prop your elbows on your thighs. So we are in a standing squat. Your elbows are going to give your trunk some support so we're not collapsing into our legs. Again, we want to keep the lower back elongated, the navel engaged, and our heart supported. Thighs are burning. I know because I'm doing it with you. Just make sure that the outer edges of your feet are parallel. So if you're doing this, you're not going to be getting quite as much access into recharging all of your energy and getting that light quality we want to cultivate. If you have your heels out, it might feel heavier in the beginning, it might feel harder, but that is exactly the energy we want to start exploring so that we can lose the weight and cultivate a sense of lightness in our body and a sense of lightness in our being. Now, if you're feeling like you can, lift your elbows off of your knees, stay stable in your trunk, and extend your arms straight out in front of you. Not up overhead here, just straight out in front of your throat. Back onto your knees. Keep your knees bent. Walk your feet under your hips and fold. Dangling your spine, letting go of any tension that's holding through the back of your neck. A lot of times when we start accessing our hips and our upper legs, we start to release things that are in our jaw and in our neck. So you can turn your chin from one side to another, relaxing your jaw, relaxing your neck, relaxing your hips and your thighs. From our standing forward fold, let's inhale your spine long. Keep your right foot forward and step your left foot back into a lunge, and then pivot your left heel. We're going to rise into Warrior One. So your legs and thighs are already feeling really strong. Let's keep it easy by bringing your hands to your hips and then just standing up with your chest. So your back leg is pressing through your back heel. Your front foot is shifting forward. You're drawing into your abdomen. You're lengthening down through your lower back, down through your tailbone. And from there, if you'd like to, reach your arms up alongside your ears. Warrior One drops right back down into a lunge. Now from here, plant your hands, step back into plank pose. Shift your heels to the right. Relax your thighs. Shift your heels to the left. If you'd like to, reach your right arm up to the sky. And then back down. Shift your heels back over to the right. And again, lift your left arm up to the sky. And come back down. Bend your knees, send your hips to downward facing dog. Elevate your thighs. Lifting your heels. Lifting your pelvis. Drawing out of your hands. And then descend down and back through your heels. Again, inhale, lift. And exhale, draw your heels back. One more time, lift. And back. And now let's take that lift and walk your feet up to the top of your mat. So you're in your dangling forward fold. Stretch your spine long. Keep your left foot forward. Step your right foot back into a lunge. Pivot your heel into your mat. So your back heel is pressing away from your head. Your front foot is shifting forward. Draw your hands to your hips and lift the trunk of your body up. Abdomen engages. Remember all the work we did in our first video. Pull your belly in, elongate your lower back, and then draw your arms up away from your legs. Legs are dropping into the earth, nice and easy, grounded energy. Arms are firing all that energy straight up. Come back down to your lunge. Step into plank pose. Again, shift from the right hand to your left hand. And then drop your heels over to your right side. Lift your left arm up. Left hand down. Shift your heels to the left. And lift your right arm up. Back down. Bend your knees. Draw your pelvis up towards the sky, away from your hands. Fire up through your heels, up through your thighs, and then pull your heels way, way down and back. Use that springing sensation, quality of movement through your legs to step back to the top of your mat. Long spine, flat back, and forward fold. Okay, so let's start. So now we're gonna sit back down onto the ground and extend your legs straight out in front of you. So seated on the ground, extend your legs out in front of you, Dandasana, like we had in our first video. This time we're going to step it up a notch and bend your right knee. So you plant the sole of your right foot on your left inner thigh. Drop your hands behind your hips so your arms are like pillars to give support for your body to rise, so that we're not collapsing or rounding our spine, but you're standing tall and all four sides of your spine are supported, from your obliques to your lower back to your abdomen, all the way up through the trunk of your body. As your core and spine are supported, your hips get to relax and drop down. So this video is targeting our thighs, targeting our hips. Let's really bring the awareness to our legs and to our thighs so that we're getting all this strength and energy, but we're also cultivating a quality of ease, a quality of relaxation. So allow this large muscle right here of your thighs that you're just burning into with our standing poses, allow it to descend into the ground. So you get a nice quality of like a tree being rooted in the earth. There's a downward energy, and it's a very comfortable, very supported energy. From that energy, we can rise. You'll draw your arms up over your head. Feel your abdomen growing long as your hips continue to relax into the ground. And if you'd like to, reach out forward over your front foot. I'm not going to go super deep into the forward fold since this is a beginner's series, but you can at least angle your torso out over your leg if that's comfortable for you. And then switch. Your right leg extends out, your left knee bends, the sole of your left foot plants into the inner thigh of your right leg. Hands behind your hips, so your spine is long, trunk of your body is nicely supported. Cultivate that sense of ease, sense of downward grounding force through your right thigh and through the entire bowl of your pelvis. As you feel secure and grounded through your legs, then we're going to rise with your arms growing the trunk of your body nice and tall. Support in all four directions. Hands back down. If you'd like to, angle forward for a beginner's forward fold. Hips are dropping down, legs are actually even almost pulling back into your pelvis as you shift your heart forward. Still breathing here. Inhale and exhale. Maybe dive just a little bit more deeper into your fold. And come up, extend both feet forward, and let's shift your hips closer to your heels. And we're gonna lay down onto your back. So with your feet flat on the ground and your knees pointed up towards the ceiling, reach down with your hands so you can grab your heels just like a little crab would grab onto your heels in the ocean. You want to cultivate the outer edges of your feet parallel with one another. So again, if you have a tendency to bow your toes out, do the opposite and kick your heels out so you have parallel feet. We're going to press down into the soles of your feet, press down into the backs of your shoulders and the backs of your arms to elevate your hips and elevate your pelvis. One note here as you're lifting into bridge pose, please be mindful that you keep your neck straight. So that means no turning your head from right to left. But as you rise, keep your chin directly over the center of your body. And your hips do the lifting. Everything else relaxes and cultivates that rooting ground energy. A couple of deep breaths in your bridge pose. The longer you stay in bridge pose, the more benefit you will gain, because this is strengthening our thighs, toning our butt on our glutes, our lower back, and releasing all of this energy in our abdomen and in our core. So this part of our body gets to stretch out. Well, this part of our body gets to be the anchor. So you'll start to feel those burning sensations in different parts of your legs, different parts of your thighs, different parts of your butt, maybe even different parts of your arms and upper body as well. Wherever you feel the sensation, take a breath in and exhale, and let that sensation expand. Let it link to other areas. Your whole body is going to be connected through these poses. So just because we get caught up in the sensation of one part of our body, just we get caught up in feeling our thighs and feeling our butt really work, we don't want to get caught in that. We want to expand from that so that our full body gets to receive the benefits. And that's what we'll get into in our third video of this series, is the total body yoga for beginners. The total body yoga for weight loss. So to come out, lift your heels, drop your hips back down to the ground. Windshield wiper your knees over to your right side as you turn your chin to your left. And then windshield your knees over to the left as you turn your chin to the right. You can go back and forth a couple of times. Let's cross your right ankle over your left knee for our figure 4 or reclined pigeon pose. And this is going to start opening up your hip rotator here. If your hip rotator is tight, you want to stay in this position. If your hip rotator has a little bit more movement, like mine has some movement, I'm going to draw my left knee up towards my chest, and I'm going to move this hip rotator into where it's capable of going. I'm going to do it for both sides. So let's switch the cross of your leg, left heel over your right knee this time, and just take a moment to feel what's going on in your left hip. This rotator is what keeps your leg tight and flexible at the same time. So we want to make sure that the tightness we're building through our standing poses is also getting the chance to experience how you can take all of that energy that's concentrated from the standing poses and from the really fiery sensations, and how do you expand that so it doesn't just get caught, but it actually becomes fuel and it enlivens the rest of our body. So we relax from that stretch. And just check in with yourself if you'd like to draw your knees together and rest here. You're welcome to rest like this, or you can extend your legs into a full Shavasana. And when you're ready to come out, you'll draw your body over onto one side. And take your time to press yourself up into a seat. So it's going to be really nice also to take a moment in your seat after you've come up from the ground to close your eyes and enjoy a few minutes of just easy breathing quieting your mind so that you're present with all the sensations that you experienced through the practice. And notice that quality of how you've shifted from the places that were more intense, those poses that really got you feeling the fiery energy of strength, and how it all kind of blends together to create a sense of wholeness within your body, within your mind, within your breath. You can open your eyes, bring movements through your fingers, and draw your hands to your heart. Thank you guys for following along with this video. I hope you had a great time. Let me know how you did, and tell me what you think about my outfit, the two-tone outfit that I've got for this one, or the first video in this series with the straight up blue monochromatic. I never know what to wear for these videos, so just let me know, because I'm having a hard time coming up with cool outfits. Anyway, check out my website, yogacurrent.com. Be sure to subscribe to Psyche Truth for all of these awesome videos and updates. And yeah, I hope you guys are doing really well, and look forward to touching base in the comment section, and check out more videos with us. Namaste.